When you're doing late night content, you can't help yourself but go full degen. And I'm exhausted. But when you have a wave set up this big, you ride it. While we fully expect a 10x gain for Ape Coin within the next 6 to 12 months, maybe even sooner, but we're expecting a moonshot here. Of course, that's all predicated off of a crypto bull market cycle to continue into 2022. No bull market, no prediction. But if we do get that blow off top, we will have a sea of participation trophies. Everyone's predictions are right, but it is our jobs to figure out in a sea of winners who is actually truly leading that race to optimize our portfolios and put ourselves in the best positions moving forward. So within this video, we're going to discuss Ape token, or Ape coin, I should say, and help you decide if you should ape in or not. None of it's financial advice. We're here for pure entertainment purposes only. So just giving you our research, our perspective into everything. So if you do enjoy the content, give us a like, subscribe, head over to that Twitter page at Macro Crypto Club. Like always, link will be down in the description. Welcome everyone to another episode of Macro Crypto. Checking out the one-of-one NFT within the Ape Foundation that was created and gifted by Yuga Labs. The Ape Foundation, the DAO itself, actually has all intellectual property when it comes to this one-of-one NFT, and it's quite a beaut, if I'm being honest with you. So let's go ahead, check out this ecosystem and start to understand it on a deeper level. So Apecoin is for the Web3 economy. Culture has found a new expression in Web3 through art, gaming, entertainment, and events. The possibilities for blockchain's impact on culture are so endless that they can't possibly all be predicted yet. If you're getting Ready Player One vibes, you're not alone. Ape is a token made to support what's next, controlled and built on by the community. It will serve as a decentralized protocol layer for community-led initiatives that drive culture forward into the metaverse. So further discussing what the Ape Foundation is, it's going to be broken up to the DAO and the board. Understanding what a DAO is, a decentralized autonomous organization. If you're not a believer in that, you're not a believer in Web3, so shoo. Apecoin DAO exists because decentralized governance is critical to building and managing a globally dispersed community and therefore critical to the success of the ape ecosystem. Couldn't agree more, which we'll go over why it's important for governance. The board itself helps lead these proposals and helps kind of funnel into the right direction. The board is made up by Alexis, Amy, Maria, Yacht, and Dean. Alexis, you might know this individual from a little known website called Reddit, was a co-founder of this. Also, Amy is part of FTX, and then Yacht is actually, I think, leading the team or the company that is creating the Metaverse, which we'll go over a little later in this video as well. Now, going into Apecoin protocol, it's an ERC20 governance and utility token used within the Ape ecosystem to empower and decentralize community building at the forefront of Web3. And are they at the forefront? We all know. As the open source protocol layer of the ecosystem, Apecoin serves several purposes: governance, unification of spend, access, and incentivization. It's not a one-stop shop, but it's pretty damn close so far within the ecosystem. It's going to give access both in real life as well within the metaverse to games, merch, events, and services. Basically being that point of entry for all the activities within the ecosystem. Now, the main part of the incentivization we're talking about is third parties coming in and being a part of the ecosystem is only going to make this project grow and help us understand that this token might be undervalued at this moment in time. Now, also in real life application, we're talking about restaurants or IP rights that these Bored Ape Yacht Club owners have, and they integrate Apecoin into their companies or businesses as well that they create behind these BAYCs. I don't know. That's kind of only time's going to tell sort of aspect, right? But that's just our mind. That's our line of thinking. And I don't think it's going to happen in 6 to 12 months, but I think people are going to start to get hyped and excited about the concept of this. So we're going to kind of catch this wave early, even though it's already massive. Now, here's the big reason why we're here. So if you made it to this part of the video, have an understanding of why we're making our play now, and then why we're also going to get out when we do. Regardless where the cycle is, 6 to 12 months, 12 months is maximum territory there. We're going to probably be getting out earlier than that, and that's based off Apecoin allocation. Now, the total supply of Apecoin is permanently fixed at 1 billion tokens. No more, no less. There's no burning mechanism, but there's also no capability of exposing an extra amount of Ape token into the ecosystem. In line with the standard practice, a portion of the tokens for the contributors to the project will be initially locked, which we're going to be going over those locking periods. And of course, starting the launch was on March 17th. So Apecoin will be distributed among 4 main groups as detailed in the chart below. Let's go ahead and dive into that chart, understanding that the 4 groups are the Ecosystem Fund, Yuga Labs and Charity, launch contributors, and the Bored Ape Yacht Club founders. And do they pull in a good amount? So Ecosystem Fund, what's interesting is 150 million tokens were unlocked and claimable. We will be going over that contract shortly, but understand that there's another 470 tokens that is going to be in the DAO treasury. Unlocked currently was just over 117 million that's currently in the treasury, and then just over 7 million per month for the next 4 years will be unlocked into the treasury. Now, how does that incorporate into the ecosystem and not just sit in the treasury? Through staking, of course, which we'll dive into later in this video. Now, what's important is to understand that Yuga Labs and the launch contributors, a grip of tokens are currently locked up for 12 months. There's going to be a few trickle in at 6 months, and then currently there was 10 million that was given up front to some companies or some individuals that helped the project. But a lot of tokens will be unlocked in 12 months. So basically March 17th of 2023. And that's also going to be part of the Bored Ape Yacht Club founders. In 12 months, they, for the next 3 years, at that point, will be unlocking over 2 million tokens per month and being able to distribute that amongst the 4 of them. Crazy. So understand the tokenomics of this. Currently, right now, we do have, I think, floating out there just around 147 million tokens with a cap of 1 billion. So right now we're sitting around about roughly 15% of all tokens into the ecosystem currently. So there is a lot of tokens still to be pushed into the space. Just have that understanding, but that's not going to start coming out and trickling out 6 months from now, and it really will take effect 12 months out. Now, diving into how it works, 15% of the total Apecoin total supply allocated to BAYC and MAYC holders for claim will be transferred to a smart contract. And it's actually more than 15%. I take that back because obviously there was initial supply, sorry, I hit that mic too, was also given to the DAO as well. So apologies about that. Just rethought of that. So don't want to steer anyone wrong in the wrong direction. We did talk about the 117 added to the 150, of course, and then there's another 10 million as well down there. So we're talking 160, and then, probably more so along the lines of 27%, give or take, if I'm throwing a number out there off the top of my head. But we still have a lot of tokens, obviously, to be distributed once they are unlocked. Now, when we talk about the initial launch of these and where they were claimed, who they were given to, and how it works, we will be diving into that claiming period here shortly. I am not going to be going over this entire document right in front of you. This is for the Apecoin DAO governance. Basically understanding that the members, how you can be a member is you own Apecoin. Just one. That's all the requirement for membership into the DAO itself. And their guiding values are boldness, equality, transparency, collective, and persistence. Now, if you do want to read this a little bit further, I'll throw the link in there as always. That way you can go click on that governance and check out that article yourself. Of course, I read it before making any decision. Now, understanding how the claim worked. There's 150 million tokens. That's 24.2% of the ecosystem fund and 15% of the total supply of Apecoin. That's initially what we were going off of, that 15%, but obviously we forgot about what went to the DAO treasury. To ensure a fair launch, the Ape Coin went to the board and the Mutant Apes NFT holders. The allocation is informed by the difference of the floor price between the two of them at a specific date, which it gives you right there. So basically, if you were a Bored Ape only, over 10,000 tokens were dropped. Mutants got over 2,000. Bored Ape plus Kennel, almost 11,000, and Mutants plus Kennel, almost 3,000. If you were just a holder of a Kennel Club, you did not get anything distributed to you. Now, there's a bunch of little fine print things, but just understand, once you claim this, you claim it. We have less than 75 days available for these individuals to still claim their tokens. And what you'll notice as well is you can check. So if we were here just checking if Bored Ape number, let's just put 13 because I did 112 earlier. This entity was already claimed. So you can always check if you were one of those high rollers out there and you want to see if they had their tokens claimed, or coins claimed, I should say, within the space before you purchase. But majority have claimed. What you'll notice is that there's currently, I believe, 13 million of the 150 million still within the contract. That's about 8.5% of all the tokens are still available. So over 90% of the tokens have already been claimed, and there's still there's still around 74 days remaining for, the claiming period before the remaining amount will go into the DAO treasury. Now, if you do want to go get yourself some Ape Coin, you can use some centralized exchanges such as Coinbase, Kraken, Gemini, or you can use those DEXs out there, Sushi and Uniswap. Now, what this is being proposed currently, and I think what's also causing a very stagnant price at this time, is deciding the staking mechanisms within the protocol. Currently, the AIP5 staking pool allocation discussion, there was actually almost a 74% vote against, and this protocol failed, or this proposal, not a protocol, this proposal failed within the space. Now, diving into this specific proposal a little bit further, basically, they have a good idea of what they want to do in regards to staking pool types. So if you do own Ape Coin itself, they will be a staking pool that you can put your Ape Coins into and earn rewards, obviously creating more people to hold them in the long term and creating more value in the 6 to 12 month frame. That's just what we're predicting. Now, the Bored Ape Yacht Clubs will also have their own staking pool. The Mutants will have theirs, and the Kennel Club will also have another staking pool. So if you are a true owner of one of those NFTs, that is your access key into that staking pool. You do not need to stake your NFT into those staking pools to get the rewards. You would still be staking Ape Coin just like you would do in the large Ape Coin staking pool that is open to the public. But if you do own a Mutant, a Bored Ape, or a Kennel Club, this will give you an opportunity to get into exclusive pools, which might give you better returns. So there's just that discussion going on currently. It failed for a magnitude of reasons, but they do want to cap those other exclusive pools, and how they're considering this currently is through the airdrop, matching the caps with the airdrops with the amount that's currently out there being staked, or that's going to be allocated to the stakers. So we'll see how this ends up playing out, but I think once they get a vote that is for and passes, then we will start to really see the price kick in, of course, along with a bull market in general for the entire crypto space. Now, we're going to end this video off with a little bit of a metaverse play. I think what we will do is turn down the volume a little bit, simply because we do not want YouTube to get angry at us. But we'll turn it on after the 30 minutes here, because the music itself will probably ruin it for us. But just understand that they're trying to build an ecosystem surrounding a metaverse that's going to be so immersive that no one's going to want to leave. A little bit very similar to Ready Player One, where everyone And no matter what NFT or community you're from, you're going to be able to adapt and build together along the way. Now, that little NFT that is carrying that current Bored Ape right there as well is going to be part of some of the land drops, some of the land sales. Those land sales, obviously, I think are going to be through Ape Coin as well, which obviously is going to drive up the price. And you're going to be given a potential through the other side, the NFT itself, or the ecosystem itself, the Metaverse. And then from there, you're going to be able to get those lands, and there's going to be 10,000 of a coda, I believe it's called, a specific NFT that was carrying that Bored Ape, and you might get it with your piece of land. So there's a pitch deck out there if you want to go check it out for yourself. I just wanted to go over some of the research we went into, giving you a little bit lay of the land for Ape Coin. That way you can ultimately decide how you want to play it. If you do enjoy this, give us a like, everybody. Until next time, peace.